So, Dr. Carole Nakhle, thank you for being here. What role do external actors play in the energy sector in the MENA region?
Well, we can classify external actors as individual companies, or we can look at them more as countries in terms of relationship with the MENA region. So in terms of companies investing in the region, we see a very colorful landscape, but primarily from Western companies, and gradually more Asian and Russian companies entering the region, whether in upstream oil and gas, or downstream, or renewable energy, or nuclear projects. So it's becoming more of a crowded landscape, especially as Middle Eastern countries are opening up more in terms of their doors to investment, and also in terms of welcoming, I would call them maybe the relatively newer kids on the block compared to the traditional companies that we found in the region. And in terms of state actors, definitely we see a greater involvement with countries such as Russia through, for example, the OPEC deal or partnership that they started in December 2016. And we see more involvement of the Chinese and the Indians. Indians are going around and signing strategic partnership with countries in the region. And also the Chinese are bringing a lot of investment into the region. But we also see the region also investing more in these areas, where they're channeling some of their funds to Russian development funds or investment funds, or building refineries, for example, in Asia, such as China and India.
Given the US withdrawal from the region, we may say, what are the pillars of cooperation and interdependency between the MENA countries and actors you mentioned, such as Russia, China, India, and the EU?
I'm not quite sure whether the term US withdrawal from the region is quite accurate. There's definitely a change in the attitude of the US versus the Middle East, more of, I wouldn't say confrontational, but maybe more arrogant attitude toward the region, following the Shale Revolution, which gave the US a stronger bargaining power. Instead of relying solely on oil coming from abroad, now they are able to compete with these conventional producers in their oil markets because of the Shale Revolution. Now, of course, the dynamics in oil markets have significantly impacted the relationship between the MENA region, particularly in the Middle East, and newer actors such as Russia or Asia. Russia, we see that with the OPEC Plus deal that was agreed in December 2016, and that has lasted much longer than originally expected, because the arrangement keeps on being delayed, and has benefited the Middle East and Russia because they managed to put a floor to oil price. And Asia, definitely this is an obvious relationship growing, because Asia is perhaps the only growth center for oil demand in the future, and the Middle East is the biggest region in the world in terms of production for oil. So this kind of marriage was expected and is likely to increase and strengthen in the future.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.